Sky surfing. Smoke with me. Won't you smoke? Yeah. Sky surfing. Smoke with me.
Yo, what up, though? So this is the podcast. We're doing a special event today, a special podcast streaming live from the podcast headquarters. We are now waiting for our co-host and our special guest right now. So while we're waiting, I want to play the first episode ever. The first episode of the Smokes and Jokes presents Roach Clips.
You are now watching Smokes and Jokes.
Like you dream, like your soul. Like you dream, like you dream, will like your soul. Just dream, just dream, just dream. Just dream, guaranteed will be a reality. Oh, yeah.
Right here at the stage. I started Smokes and Jokes because I like smoking and I like joking, and I was like, yo, what can I do to put two things that I fucking really like together? And I was like, just put them together. You on Facebook?
Yeah.
What's your name on Facebook?
Andrew.
Andrew what? What kind of pictures you post on Facebook?
I do events.
Oh, you do events?
Yeah.
So you try to take my job?
Yeah.
You want my spot flash?
I like this audience. We have a lot of diversity here. This is good, man. Real diverse. The beautiful women right here. We got the seasoned, beautiful women right here, but like unseasoned as well at the same time.
So glad to be here. This is a good demo for me. We got Canadians,
Yes.
Jamaican. We got this dude. Good.
I feel good, man. I just did my laundry, so I'm better than y'all. Better than everything. No, I look, every time I tell people I'm divorced, people, what did you do? Man, I chose happiness. That's what I was getting divorced. My friends were like, hey man, you don't get over your age. Why don't you just date younger women? Like that was a consolation. I don't want to date younger women in their 20s because I get sleepy at 8:30. They don't want to go 20 places in one night. They want to go to 5 different places in one night. Like they got an album that just came out. I like going home. It's the premise of this set. I love going home. Like I was ready to go home when I got here. You ever think of that?
Smoke with me. Won't you smoke? Yeah. Sky surfing. Smoke with me.
You are now watching Smokes and Jokes.
I'm Cuban. I'm a real refugee. You know what's straight about coming here in a boat? Nothing.
What you mean?
Refugees everywhere. There's freaking vomit everywhere. The food. They killed my little brother Alex. It was a carnival cruise, but still it was. And then my family joins a cult. They become Jehovah's Witnesses. It's crazy growing up in a fucking cult. Like we didn't do anything. Like there were no games. The only game I knew how to play was fucking Manhunt. Because I was already getting ready. I hit for 90 days. The cops came looking for me. I was in my pictures in the back of a milk carton. Finally, the fucking cops found me. They pulled me. I was like, hold on. Was that the last song? Did I win the game?
I took the Uber Super Pool. Have you guys seen it? Have you taken the Uber Super Bowl? Yeah, they had dudes in the trunk. They had dudes on the roof. They didn't even drop me off where I wanted to go. They dropped me off kind of where I wanted to go. Then I walked over here for 25 minutes. Took me 9 hours total. Cost $1.25. Yeah, I'm 46 old. Yeah, I'm old as dirt. Be nice to dudes in their 40s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we might die in a minute. Bad hammer can take me out. Can't drink a slushie too fast. Catch a stroke. I'm trying to live. I'm married. Got a kid, I got love in my life. Woo! Yeah, I'm drinking vinegar for no reason. Yeah! Free base and fish oil. Just snorted a fat line of turmeric right before I came up. I don't drink anymore. Just coffee all day long. Coffee and weed all day long. Yeah, I'm scared and jittery all day long. I'm running for president, everybody. I'm only running on one issue, and one issue only. We can solve all this drama.
What is it?
I'm gonna tell you, girl. Okay, this is it. One issue only. More naps. Yes, naps. Naps can lead to world peace. You ever been really mad at somebody? Then you took a nap. You wake up like, oh, fuck that dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. That's what's up.
Yeah, that joint is crazy, right?
That shit is crazy. I love the way it came out. I love that we could finally use this song. Somebody the other day was like, "Oh, I didn't know you had songs with O'Henny. I caught the end of the Roach clips and it said, Joy Sanchez, and I didn't see you performing." And I was like, "Nah, I was singing a hook. Like that's it."
Mhm.
It was crazy. So that's the first episode.
That's the first episode right there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, yo, Rick finally sent it to me. He's like, man, I got it up and going. So he finally sent it to me. I don't know where our special guest is. I set this up just for our special guest to come today. So if he doesn't come, we're just gonna kick the dirt for a little bit.
That's cool, because like your special guests don't show up. I have no problem going right back to bed. Like
Yeah.
you don't see these glasses, man. I don't even know how, but like I woke up with like just such a headache and like hangover symptoms, but we don't get hungover over here. You know what I mean? So this is actually my first one of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you just woke up?
Nah, I've been up for a while. I just been being mad lazy, laying in bed, drinking water, trying to like get my life together.
Yeah,
I was actually in bed till like 5 minutes ago. And
how was 5B last night? It was dice? It was vibes?
It was cool. It was vibes. I went over there. I was running the pool table. I missed the open mic, but I was running the pool table. So like, even though I didn't want to stay out too long, I ended up staying till like close to closing.
By running, you mean like you were beating all the players, or you?
Yeah, I was beating everybody.
Oh.
Like 8 or 9 games in a row, something like that. And I only lost because I scratched on my 8-ball shot. Like,
damn. So you got that's like a DMX story right there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo. Yeah, well, I got a couple of topics if you want to chat it up, see what happens with this dude.
I mean, we here, so let's do it. We here now.
We are.
Like, fuck it, we're gonna talk until he show up, and if you don't, you know, we could call it at like 2:30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, call it at a half and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's CPT. That's CPT time.
Yeah,
that's enough CPT time.
Yeah, you get a CPT leeway because we are high, and I understand cats be busy out here, but this is the most popular podcast in the greater New York City region. So you missing out on this opportunity. That's big right there.
I don't know. He must have got like he probably got like a bigger deal. Like I don't know how much bigger it gets than the most popular podcast in the greatest New York City area, but like, you know, I respect the hustle. We all got it.
Yeah. I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I got bags underneath my eyes. I need to sleep myself. You know what I mean? But I'm also mad because I'm like, I rolled the joint and showed up for this. So,
I woke up for this.
You know what I mean? I rolled up for this. This is special to me. I rolled up on a Saturday. I was like, you know, today is usually I'm like doing all kind of plannings and like what's it called? Like creating links and stuff like that and sending off emails, because I do that on Saturdays. I like to do that on Saturdays. I don't like to throughout the week. I do not like to work throughout the week. Actually, I like to work on the weekends.
I respect that. Like I respect that. You know, I think that the week is overrated when it comes to work. Like,
word up.
And then just on top of like being an artist, being an independent artist, when you're doing you wearing all these different hats yourself, like, you know, I love to have my weekend my weekend is like Monday, Tuesdays. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like that's what I'm used to from just like my previous work schedule. But that, like, for me, I'd rather have like weekdays off than weekends off, you know, because then the places I want to go, they're not crowded. They're not mad people there. It's not too much people acting a fool out in the street. I mean, shit don't stay open as late, but still, I'd rather be off when everybody else is working and be working when everybody else is off. It just makes my life better.
Yeah. I get to see what I need to see. You know what I mean? I see people like doing their thing, and then also like I don't have to be a part of that mainstream wave. So I know what's in the anti-culture. I know what's going down in the anti-culture for sure. Wow. What's up? You saw that Derek Chauvin?
Yo, I saw that, son. I saw it. Matter of fact, we were all here setting up for the 420 party.
Okay.
You know, when the guilty verdict came out, you know what I mean? There was a moment of shock. And
how many days was it deliberated? How many days? It was only like 10 days, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long at all, I think. I should actually look that up.
Yeah. I feel like they had to convict him. Literally, like they had to convict him. There was no so many protests had already erupted throughout the country and throughout the cities that if they didn't convict him, like the amount of protests that were going to happen and the resources that were going to be used, it wouldn't have been advantageous for America. You know what I mean?
Right. So it was 10 hours, not 10 days. It only took 10 hours.
Whoa, 10 hours.
10 hours, bro. That was it. They were like, fuck out of here, bro. I'm surprised it even took 10 hours. Honestly, I would have been all up in it. If I was a juror on that trial, I would have been that bitch from the beginning, from day one. Like, you're guilty. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, you can't tell me any evidence that you're guilty, bro. Like, you're guilty.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be like the people picking out the jurors. You're not supposed to be. They're gonna pick people who are not swayed. They can't have an opinion. You know what I mean? That's how they're supposed to be picking.
There's ways around that, man. Although I purposely let my opinion be known so that I don't actually.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get jury duty. I don't even though like And that's the weird thing. Like even with Derek Chauvin, I don't know if I want the life and balance of this man's life in my hands. Like not in that roundabout sort of like pomp and stance sort of way, you know, where we're just out there showing everybody, you know. I think that's a large commitment. And although, like, you know, he to some extent, and this is the trickery of language and words and spirit, he has to pay for his.
He has to pay for his transgression, yo. Like, you murdered a man in broad daylight in the middle of the street in front of mad witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got to go down for that. Because, like, if, like you said, right, they had to convict him, not just because he was obviously guilty, but because if they didn't, like, I don't even want to think about what would have happened if he wasn't convicted. Because, like, you know, we get mad about stuff, you know what I mean? We get upset, we might riot, but like the rioting, or not even the riot, like the way that, you know, we're starting to react to things because we're so fucking just over it, like we're over it.
Yeah.
It's just feels like it's always gonna be a steady escalation. So like once I saw these niggas burnt down a fucking police precinct, I was like, yo, I really hope that he gets convicted, because if he didn't, what would they do? Like, what would we do? You know what I'm saying? What would be like? Yeah, it would have been like the beginning of the American Civil War, the Second American Civil War, because you know, our country's at a point where like
that's a crazy concept.
Enough is enough, dog. Because enough is enough. Like at some point, you got to step out of that shit and know that like there's a right and a wrong, period. Like there is a right and a wrong. And if we're going to keep putting, giving these individuals responsibilities that they feel they can take our lives, you know what I'm saying? Our lives are in their hands, and they can use whatever their fucked up way of thinking is, and it still be said it's professional. Like, come on, we gotta find a way to like change that shit. It has to change. So, you know, he had to be convicted. Like, for sure. Oh, there's have you seen this bot? There's a really great bot going around the internet now.
What is it? Is that Madison McFerrin?
Yes, a Madison McFerrin bot. That shit is a bot, dog.
Yeah. Let me see if I can play it real quick. For the people who have not heard Madison McFerrin's apparent, is that considered a bot or just like a
I think it's a bot. Like it's one of those. It's like what you was talking about last night, like a spirit chant. You know what I'm saying? Because like that shit, like it, man. I remember when Trayvon Martin happened and Zimmerman got off, and that shit broke my heart. You know what I mean? And I was around a lot of white people in that moment in time. And the verdict was like, oh, and they, you know, luckily we were all heartbroken. We were all like, there was just an overwhelming sadness. And then like with this conviction, there's just like it's like a renewal of our energy in some ways. Like it just felt really good inside.
I see what you're saying.
To see, you know what I mean? To see, because young Black people, we don't have an expectation of being protected or anybody being accountable to us. So that's a whole new energy that like starting to take over and you know.
Yeah,
so
like
you got the box?
Yeah, it's very interesting where we might go in the future.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's guilty. 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 That motherfucker's guilty.
This is a bot, bro.
I guess it's bopish. It's bopish.
You know what I'm saying? The first time I heard it, I must have played it like 5 times in a row.
That motherfucker's guilty. 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 That motherfucker's guilty.
That's popping. That's popping. That's popping.
That's, you know what I'm saying? That's popping. I bet you're gonna hear that shit in a club or at a party this summer. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch. Somebody's gonna make that shit like a full-length song.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I can't wait for sure. For sure. What are
you smoking?
Oh, what am I smoking? I'm my Joyal Delph. Right before I had packed my Joyal Delph, and it fell over. So now I think I need to get a pipe that has a cover on it. So if anybody's out there who want to gift me with a pipe with a cover on it so that when it's resting, it doesn't just fall over, or something to put in there. But inside, I ain't gonna front. I still got some of that CBD weed somebody gave me, like that. It's like some very like soft hitting weed, I guess, if you will. I mixed it in with the lavender and rosebuds, and then I'm still smoking on the limoncello because it's just been doing me right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The limoncello, you know, and I haven't been smoking excessively recently.
That's good.
So you know, we're coming out of the pandemic, and while I was in the pandemic, I definitely went into like Aretha Franklin mode. I was in there and just fucking chain smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, so I was yesterday. I was at the podcast. I was painting at my friend's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we painted till like 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I took an Uber back and shit like that. I'm not a painter. I plan to start painting when I turn 50, just as more recreational thing to do. Yeah, you know, if the Lord willing, you know, that's something I want to do. But right now,
get your Bob Ross on.
You know what I mean? Just look at these trees. You know what I mean? But these happy little trees is gonna be nuggets. You know.
No, did you know that Bob Ross's hair was an accident?
We went over this.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you did confirm? All right.
Yeah. You looked this up. You were just.
I'm sorry. I told you I'm hungover. I putting on plant. Like I didn't get my life together. Yeah, so what topics we got then?
Nah, man, I'm not mad at you. We weren't supposed to be talking to each other. We were supposed to be talking to someone else. But we'll I'll edit the name of this. No one will know. I will edit the name of this. No one will know, and we'll just have had a conversation between the two of us.
That's all good.
Yeah,
we're funny.
You know what I mean? We're doing our job. I'm always about. I'm not sure if I'm funny anymore. But if I pull and I do my job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of unfunny, successful people, but they do their job. They come through. They know how to do the wit and grit. They can say the line, you know. But are they really funny? I don't know. How do you measure funny? What do you measure as funny? How many laughs per minute makes a person funny? Because everyone has made me laugh at one point or not.
That's true.
But are they funny? What's your shots? What's your shot like? What's your average? What's your funny average? How funny do you think you are more often than any other or any other? How much funny are you in your whole person? 100% of joy, radical black joy. How much funny are you?
In my whole person, I think I'm like a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I will put myself at 7 because, like, you know, while I'm still getting the intentional funny together, you know what I mean?
Which is a different funny.
Which is a different funny, right? I think that I'm actually casually funny. You know what I mean? I'm really funny casually. I've made lots of people laugh. I say wild shit all the time that like makes people think twice. Mm-hmm. So I think I put myself around like 70% of me is funny. Like I think I'm funny. Yeah, okay. I think I am funny. Like especially when I'm not trying to be.
Yeah. No, that's usually the thing about it. Like that's what the difference between intentional funny.
Yeah.
And being like, you know, you're not a comedian until you're intentionally funny.
Right.
You know? Until you can go out and be intentionally funny. To be funny in regular life is just being that uncle or being that person. Thank you for muting that because you were killing me. I was just like, the influenza is coming on. Just No, give it a couple more seconds. I think you got another one coming. I feel like there's one more cough in there. I wanted to.
All the coughs are gone now. I had to put that shit out. Like, it was clearly I made the wrong choice today. I picked up some Skittles, and it's hitting a little harder than than I was ready. That limoncello was like real mellow. So like that shit. This is like, yeah, hi, motherfucker.
Limoncello was mellow. Limoncello felt like it's. I guess it's not. Yeah, it's not like. Yeah.
I mean, smoking it didn't feel so harsh on my lungs.
Oh, I wanted to give the Green Apple Award today. Giving the Green Apple Award today to, I don't know her name. I want to let her.
How you just giving out anonymous green apples?
Because I want to keep it like anonymous. I want the lady to be basically she's on Bumble.
Okay.
And the dude who's hollering at her on Bumble is a Capitol rioter. And he's bragging about it. Oh, and she turns him in. Hey! So, you know what I mean? I'm Capitol riots, I don't know. I'm neither for nor against. I think that it just could not exist for Black people in the same way it did for white people. So I guess I'm sort of against it. But, if you got the privilege, why wouldn't you use it?
I feel like that's my, like, that's justifiable petty. You know what I'm saying? That's righteous petty right there. Because, like, it's kind of our civic duty to turn in, criminals.
Hey,
we don't want to.
You're gonna brag about it. You don't even know me. You don't know me. We haven't exchanged a rapport where I'm like, I can trust you with this secret. That person doesn't sound sane. And if that's what happened in a initial Bumble conversation, imagine happens 3 months down.
I wonder also, maybe it wasn't even a part of the conversation. Maybe she was doing some internet, some internet research, because these days everybody loves to research. So like maybe she went to his Instagram, because a lot of these motherfuckers on Instagram bragging with videos and stuff. Maybe she saw, I want to know how she found out. I would love to know how she even learned about it. But I feel like it might have also been that, like, she was just on, let me see what this guy's about. Let me go to his social media. And, he's got videos from the Capitol riots. Oh, this nigga's in the building. Oh, okay. I'm not about that.
No, they literally showed a text, a Bumble.
Oh, it was a text.
And the dude is like, yeah, I was one of the people that rushed the Capitol. I was a Capitol riot. I think he put, I was a Capitol rioter. And just nonchalantly just said it like, me. And she was like, I'm turning you in, sir. This is okay. And I appreciate her for that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, the utter stupidity of these people is astounding. Like, I just like the fact that, like, there's always like something else that makes me just be like, wow, bro. Like, so you're gonna violate federal laws and then you're gonna brag about it casually to someone that may or may not want to date you. Like, did you think that was an attractive trait? Like, did he think that was gonna
CP time? You were right about CP time, my boy. You said no. He's like, no, not this. This is the time I agreed to. We definitely be sending off emails back and forth. We're just going over the Green Apple Award. We're bringing in very great and amazing. Y'all give it up for Yasser Lester.
So two things. First of all, someone's like doing work in the next room. So if you hear something, that's what it is. That's why I'm wearing a mask. Okay. Number two, y'all's invite said Eastern time. Why you have to put the time I'm at? So for everyone watching or listening, they said be on at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I didn't notice the Eastern till a little bit ago. So I was gonna log on at 2, and I just happened to look at Instagram, and y'all like, you joining, you gonna get on. And then I just scroll up.
Yo, okay, you had to roll up. All right, you scrolled up, man. We got
Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's
I'm
up?
chilling, man. How
Hey,
you
what's
feeling?
up? Welcome.
Hey, we want to say Yasir Lester. Yasir Lester is an American stand-up comedian, writer, and actor. He was on the writing staff for The Carmichael Show, which is one of my favorite shows, and Girls. He is best known for his roles in Making History and Black Monday. Y'all give it up for Yasir Lester again.
Nah.
Yo, just can I get like 2 seconds to fangirl? Because I absolutely love Black Monday. That's one of my favorite fucking shows.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you are fucking fabulous, man. Like, yo, just the shit that show, like the premise of it, but also just like how that story is told and how wild it really was. Like, man, just kudos to you, man. I appreciate your whole team. It's a great
that's too kind. Yeah, I give all credit to the creators, David Casp and Jordan Cahan, and then Don Cheadle, Regina Hall, Andrew Rannells, Paul Scheer, Casey Wilson, Horatio Sands, Ken Marino. Like they're all so phenomenal.
What channel was this one? I missed this one. I ain't gonna hold you. I put it up there. I had to abbreviate it because it wasn't fitting in the 200.
It's on Showtime. So
okay, I got it. I just got that link.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, watch it. It's the most frustrating thing is that they just won't. It's one of the shows that they won't make more widely available. Like you can watch Shameless on Netflix. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just for whatever reason, we're fighting tooth and nail to just get it somewhere else. Just because, real talk, like people aren't like, let me go get Showtime. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna want Disney Plus, you're gonna want HBO, you're gonna want Paramount Plus. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those shows that like people kind of have to. It's sad, but like people have to kind of find it on their own. You know what I mean? But usually, once people find it, they usually like it.
What I like about Showtime, if that's what they're doing, they're betting on Showtime. I'm always about that. They're always like, yo, we're gonna keep the stuff that we really feel like we believe in, and then people are gonna have to want to come here to access that. So there's a belief system in there that I appreciate, but also
but hear me out. There's also the version where it's like, we'll put 5 episodes on Netflix, let people taste it. Then get them over. And the hardest part is that it's so locked down. Like, truly, most people find out about it because Don Cheadle gets nominated for like an Emmy or a Golden Globe, and people are like, "What is Black Monday?" Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but that being said, it's it's a fun show to write for. It's a fun show to act on. Like, it's even in all of its raunchiness and wildness, it's like you're still not matching what was exactly happening, because like real stories usually are so much crazier to the point where people stop believing it. You know what I'm saying? Like and when we tell our kids like, people weren't wearing masks and that was what I'm saying, like they'll be like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's the reason it went so long is because like 10 people didn't want to wear masks.
How did you feel about the mask situation? How did you like?
Yo, here's like I'm of the school of, so like my mom was sick for a while, not corona, but this is years ago, was sick for a while, came through on the other side happy and healthy, God bless. And so I was like, anything that will keep her safe, I will do. You know what I'm saying? Like I and I more than like the I want to help my neighbor. Like, even if you're just like, yo, this will keep someone alive, I just don't get the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people's beliefs are people's beliefs. I can't tell people what to do, clearly.
Of course.
But it's also it's not, to me, it was never like, if they were like, you have to walk around in handcuffs for 12 hours a day, I'd be like, all right, that feels a little crazy. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but throwing a mask on when you're headed to the store isn't, you know what I'm saying? So, and so I think about I think about my mom, I think about like my grandma, I think about older people, you know what I'm saying? Especially like it's hard for me because like everything kills black people. So I'm like, we really have to, we really got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? So like the idea that it even like, you know, you see these people in like Miami on spring break and stuff. I'm just like, I want you to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like, I hate that it's become what it's become, but at the end of the day, also it's like, you know, you can't tell someone to do one thing or another. And like, you know, I'm 36, I'm about to be 37. And like, I guess the hardest part is that I think that like, if people had just been, you know, Donald Trump, had he just been normal about it from the jump, it wouldn't even be an issue. But like, it became an issue, just like everything becomes an issue. And so like that's the worst part to me. It's just like, dang, like we didn't have to, because we wouldn't have had to have been in the house for a year. You know what I'm saying? Like we just wouldn't have. So anyway,
for sure. My only issue is that we're creating more waste as the earth tries to destroy us for creating waste. So I've been trying to use either like reuse things to make masks and like double up and things like that, because it becomes, I went to the store, I left my mask, and I'm like, I said, can I order from the window where now things are opening back up? The guy had an issue. And I'm like, look, I'm not gonna, he's like, take a mask. I'm like, I'm not gonna produce more waste to make you happy for this 5 seconds when you're in here with your mask down here already.
Right.
I think it's producing more waste if the thing is already made. Right? Because like our products are already made. So like the waste is here.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess if I use it, it becomes more. It's a. I don't know. Is it a product? I don't. That just befuddled my mind.
Waste if it's not used.
Right. Well, it's you know, and like to get into the grander scheme of things, it's like cows, right? The reason we have so many cows is to slaughter. If humans didn't eat as many beef products, there wouldn't be cows like that. Like cows weren't the animal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we made them for that. So when people are like, well, and here's the thing, I don't eat beef just cause, but like, you know, people are like, well, I don't eat it because of this, and that. I'm like, well, yeah, you have to get everyone to stop eating it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to, and I hate to, you know, I don't want to be like brutal, but it's like they're gonna kill that cow and make it ground beef anyway. So like, so that's why I don't come at people on like some like, you know, like animal rights stuff when I say I don't eat it. It's truly just because it's a preference. But like, you also have to understand the systems in which these things happen. So it is, you know, like the mask thing a little bit. It's like, you know, they've made that mask. And so like, even, so I get the philosophical principle of being like, I don't want to create more waste, but it's like, then you really like, you got to have nothing but your own masks. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully that's where the collar of that shirt went. Making a mask.
His collar left years ago. It's actually a rag somewhere now, but you know what I mean. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
Do you still do stand up though? Even though you're writing, are you still doing stand up?
Yeah, as it comes around, you know what I'm saying. Like there's clearly been a huge slowdown in as y'all know, any sort of live performance. Outdoor shows are starting to happen again a little bit more. I've done 3 of those in like the past, you know, 13 months or whatever. And then you know, I'll do like there's like Zoom shows, which kind of like it's different for this because we're interacting with one another. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like they have them where they're like, all right, everyone just talk for 10 minutes. And it's like, you're literally, it's like, you know, it'd be like walking into an empty auditorium and doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
whoever just, how you feel about that?
Crazy because you have to just like, you're kind of just riding on the idea that the joke went over well. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of don't know. So I've done a few of those, but I just realized like, you know what I'm saying? There's just certain things you can't reproduce. And it's like, you can absolutely reproduce a lecture online. You can reproduce presentations, like, but then you have to be willing to pivot. And like, I haven't personally wanted to make that pivot. Like, I want to know if I say something that it worked or not, versus just the idea of like, I don't know. I think there's something to be said about like the value of like your words and like when to use them a little bit. There's like, you know, because it's still energy. You know what I'm saying? If we think of everything as energy, you're just I don't want to say wasting, but you're just, you know, like exerting energy that kind of, I'm not saying it goes nowhere. People at home are receiving it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, so much of performance is the thing you do, how it's received, and then how that changes your energy to keep the performance going. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And like, you know, I see all your music stuff in the background, and it's like, it's so much, even playing for one person is different than nailing a song by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, it changes everything about how you know, hold the instrument, how much you're into it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, so on that end, like, yes and no, as things open up more, like I'm still going to be very careful about it, but I am like getting back into it again. The problem is, but as you know, kind of brought up, or y'all brought up, like, you know, just having a job of any sort and then also needing to pursue another thing right after that, you're like, I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just tired, but you know, you fight through that. So, you know, hopefully one day
which one do you love more? Do you love the writing of it? Do you love the acting of it? Do you love the stand-up comedy of it?
Well, here's the thing. So I moved out to LA to do stand-up and writing. Like that was always just gonna be like a 2-lane kind of thing, you know. And the acting thing kind of just happened. I never planned on it. It wasn't the dream when like, if anything, like the only way I thought I was gonna be on camera was if I, you know, did a 1-hour special. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, so the acting thing kind of just happened. So if it, you know, first of all, I feel eternally grateful and blessed that it's happened. But like, if, you know, God decided tomorrow that it wasn't, it was no longer in my bag of tricks, I'd be like, that's understandable. You know what I'm saying?
I had a good run.
Yeah.
Have you had a special?
No, I'm slowly, you know, right before all this stuff kind of shut down, I was ramping up to get the hour together to start presenting to people. So once things open up again, I'm gonna start it again. You know, like I'm saying, like hopefully it's done by the time I'm 40. You know, but yeah, in the works. So how about that? And it's in the works. It's just a very, you know, again, like, everything just came to a screeching halt. You know what I'm saying? And again, like, I'm lucky enough that like I was able to weather the storm. You know what I mean? I know so many people weren't able to, and like,
that was what's wild about it. That like people who weren't able to weather the storm, I know, because it really spoke to the times. I was like, damn, I've been struggling for a long time, because when the struggle came, I was like, this is nothing. Is this the struggle you have? You gotta stay in the house? That's it? Oh, so but it's like, to see people who were like, actually they had their pulse on society. They had they relied on society a lot.
Right.
And I've heard a couple of stories about people killing themselves because they had no definition for themselves anymore. You know?
Yeah, they said that like suicide rates escalated. Like everything that people did to cope escalated. 1,000% across the board.
Definitely, my weed man is definitely grateful that 1,000%. Just a 2 in my hand. Can you do the TikTok dances? Do you know how to do any of the TikTok dances? You do?
Not only, okay, here's the thing. Not only can I not, I don't even, and I'm not saying this to be funny, I don't even understand TikTok. Like, I downloaded it and I was like,
that's just because you're a grown up. That's it. That's all I have to do. You're fucking grown up and you've got other things to do. You're like
but not even that. Like, I was like, I don't even know how to get to a place to watch a video. Like, I was like on the, like, I like logged in, I like created an account, and then I was just like on the main screen, and I was like, where do I go from here? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was like, I don't know how to like find people to follow. So like, I truly can only see TikTok stuff if it makes its way to Instagram. Like
No, but TikTok is actually integrated that. Like, I don't know what's up with the social medias, but they've integrated that very easily now. Like, I'm terrible at TikTok. I try to put up a TikTok or two every now and again, but I think my stuff right now plays better on IGTV or the Reels. It's like TikTok, but it's IG friendly. You know?
Right? Yeah. But even those, but they like the way they. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, can we just get people when they transfer their stuff to TikTok to like from TikTok to Instagram to like just scale the videos, because they always have these like
the captions, and you can't see it.
From the top. So I'm like, my girlfriend, what does she do? I don't know.
Those are people who don't know the share settings. They can change the share settings. You can do like, you know what I mean? Or you can shrink it. And it's actually like the technology is rather advanced when I think about it. And if we could do that, I'm always promoting like recycling. I'm always promoting scientists handling things that like having these same smart ideas for other things. If we could just have those same genius ideas for like you know what I mean? Is there a way for me to use a cup and then after I use it, I recycle it right there like this? You know what I mean? And that's just it's recycled. And you know, and I just plant it in the ground or something like that. Or there's we're not even, and I don't have
definitely ways, dude. They're like, well, there's possibilities, but it's just about like creating.
You got to be smart enough to do it.
You know, you just want to do it.
It is all, but it's all profit margin. That's all it is. It's you make more money making the cup that someone can just throw away afterwards than making the cup that costs maybe 3 cents more that can disintegrate in 12 minutes or whatever. It's like, I don't know if y'all get like these, like, you know, if you get like a shipment now, sometimes they're packed with this stuff that just seems to be styrofoam, but if you run it underwater, it just goes away. And I'm like, how? And I'm like, why is every package not coming with that? Like, there's no
I had no idea this existed.
Yes, and it's made from corn. The one thing we know in the US there's a surplus of. They actually pay farmers to overgrow it so they can subsidize it. And you're like, so we have it. We have the technology. Even like, I mean, but it's even like, why not package things with beef and then you can fry the beef after? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like all
you might be onto something, man. You might be onto something. All I'm saying is you might be onto something. You gotta look into it, see how you can get it done.
But it's all money. It's just like, and you know, like that. Are y'all Shark Tank people? Y'all watch
I love Shark Tank.
Sometimes
I love Shark Tank.
Okay. Well, number one, get back into it. Number one, get back into it. But number two, as you'll, you know, as we're kind of talking about, like, you see the way they like navigate, and I don't know why I'm bringing it back to Shark Tank, but you see the way they navigate these deals and the profit margins and this and that, and you're like, oh, like, so like it's to the penny. They're like, they do not want to lose a penny on this stuff, and you're like, oh, but these are the people we're dealing with on the day to day. These are the people that, you know, make the drywall for our apartments and homes, and you know, like make the strings for the guitar, and you know what I'm saying, like make the straw for your hats. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so interesting in the way that, like, I'm not trying to make it too serious, but you're like, these, like, we are just day to day dealing with demons, and like we're just like, how do we make it through and also be good people at the end of it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a navigational system. I see you believe in God. I've heard you mention him. Him or her, however God manifests me a couple of times, and I do believe that God, for me, is like the universal truth, the moral compass that we can all just sort of feel inside of our belly. And like, you can sort of feel it when someone is like trying to manipulate that sort of universal truth. You know what feels good to interact with another person. Right. And it's just instinctual in you. And it's just that I from even as far as like you like, my roommates like to eat my food a lot in my kitchen, you know what I mean? But
let me say something. You got to beat them up.
That's what I've been thinking about, B. I imagine them carrying around that guilt though, knowing that you know that guilt there.
Can I say something there? Yeah. I do think that also there is like sometimes the guilt is outweighed by the pleasure, and food in particular. Like, because I can imagine if I like was gonna eat like a bowl of cereal, and then I was like, oh wait, there's Chinese food in here. Like, and I ate that, you would be like, you know, like that Chinese food was better than how bad I feel. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So like, so for stuff like that, like you gotta beat them up. You gotta beat them up.
That's what I've been thinking about. I gotta weigh the options.
Yeah. Or you gotta just like, I don't know, smash a TV or something. One that's not yours or a shared one, but just like, or a computer or something. Maybe like now we're even.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been thinking about just doing like putting like diarrhea food in there.
Oh, see, that's smart.
Yeah, fuck your whole shit up. But
oh my god, yeah, maybe just like fry up dog food. Yeah, and then pretend that you were gonna eat it.
It smells good.
Yeah, but okay, here's a question though: Can you eat? Like, can you eat dog food? Not like y'all particularly.
I tried dog food when I was a kid. Like,
you did?
Like, what happened? Yeah, it was a dare on my, like me and my brother, and he was like, so I did it, and it was disgusting.
It was disgusting.
It was disgusting. And I don't recommend eating it.
I don't imagine dog food being good.
It has like synthetics in it.
But wait, did you eat like kibble or did you eat like
no, like the wet Alpo?
Okay. Ooh. Because here's my question. Because like we have a dog, and I feed the dog, and I'm like, there's like potatoes and carrots and like, and I'm like, I like potatoes and carrots and fish technically. Like, shouldn't I be able, like, not that I'm gonna sit there and eat dog food, but my point being is that like, am I worried about the presentation so much that I'm saying it's gross, or is it actually like gross?
No,
you know, take a spoonful. Well,
also, there's like all of these new dog foods that are like super organic and
like
and
you go to Target,
get drunk, get the best one you got, get drunk.
That's the problem, is that I'm sober. So like, if I eat dog food, like I'm eating dog food. You know what I mean? Like,
I just know that.
You can also be like my mom. Like my mom has all these schnauzers, and she makes the dog food like from real food. So we'll like dice up the chicken and make these little patties, or like if she wants to do beef or whatever, cook the you know, the vegetables down and mash it all together, and then freeze it for like a week.
Plantains.
So you can eat it if you make it. Like I recommend.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's right. What's it like inside of a writer's room, man?
Here's what I'll say. Like, and you know, I just say this to people in public who have asked too, but like, I think it's one of the bigger kept secrets in Hollywood is that I find that a majority of writers either don't know what they're doing or they're bad at their job. They just happen to make it in. Like, you're kind of just like, especially if, you know, like, I'm going to be real, and, you know, my fiance gets mad at me when I say this, but I'm like, I'm objectively one of the best comedy writers in Hollywood. Like, objectively.
I would agree with that.
Okay. Now, but then you sit with people who like went to the right college. Like, I didn't go to college, you know, so they like went to the right college or had the right connection or this and that. And like, my connections came from just working and working and working and like meeting a person who then knew a person, and I kept working and working and working. Yeah. So it's interesting in the sense that you're like, you know how you like watch a lot, you know, like I don't know how much TV y'all watch, but like I watch a lot of TV, and I'm like, most of these shows are terrible. And then it's like, yeah, but I work with these people, and I know most of them are terrible. So of course it makes sense that the end product isn't good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I would say that, like, I mean it sincerely. Like, if y'all wanted to be writers, like y'all would go in there and destroy just on personality alone.
Yeah.
Because that's what most of it is. Like, you'd be shocked how little of it is like sitting at a computer and type. Like, it's conversations. It's like, especially like, you know, a show like Carmichael Show, where it's like the entire show is based off of conversations.
Yeah.
Like, it's
genius show. Genius show. I'm sorry it didn't get its flowers when it was here, but that I feel like that show was hilarious. the cast, especially, you can see that the cast went on to all do great things.
Every single person went on to do another huge thing. And besides the legends who were legends already, you know.
David Allen Greer is holding down another show right now.
Yeah.
You know
Dad, stop embarrassing me.
Just being a force there. Just being a force, you know what I mean?
Loretta's on that other Netflix show. I think it's called Family Reunion.
I haven't seen it. I might have to do
it's fun. It's fun. And then Amber Stevens is on a new, I want to say it's a Stars show, but it's created by Yvette Lee Bowser, who created Living Single. And then you know, Tiffany Haddish is Tiffany Haddish. Lil Rel is Lil Rel. Gerard is
all of a sudden,
Gerard.
Lil Rel looks like Frederick Douglass all over the place.
I'm like,
he's just going around. He's just got a big beard, big afro. Is he preparing to play Freddie D?
Oh my God.
Although he should. I feel like he would kill that shit. Like, it would just be a really great biopic if he could. Like,
but Frederick Douglass was, Frederick Douglass was mad light skinned though, which I don't care. But it's just like and he was, you know,
wasn't he tall? Wasn't he tall?
I was gonna say he was like tall.
Nina Simone. Then you know what I'm saying?
But we all hated that. So
we all hated that. But like, you know.
Oh God!
You need to know how it feels, light-skinned people. You need to know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're just gonna get the homeboy who played Malcolm X in One Night in Miami. They're just gonna put a wig on him.
Oh yeah. They just gonna keep on putting them throughout.
Yeah. Any person who's like of a historical and khaki skin tone, they're just gonna have him play.
I'm like, yo, man, just keep on the API. You know?
Oh man.
Hello.
But yeah, writers' rooms to wrap up your question. They're mostly conversation. They're mostly fun, depending on what your personality is. You know, like I'm pretty outgoing, I'm pretty loud. I also kind of don't care, like not in an egomaniacal way, but like I kind of don't care if people like me in terms of me trying to impress people. Like I'm going to say what I think is funny and what I think the best version of the thing that we're doing is.
Yeah.
And like, if we're not doing that, then, or if I'm not doing that, then the job isn't fun. But otherwise, like, you know, I'm in it.
That's respectable. That's definitely respectable. Yeah. You got your, I can't remember. I think it's Kareem. Was it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Someone, they talked about their father was a garbage man. And like, whatever you do, I don't care. Whatever you do, I'm a garbage man. He's like, I do the best job. I don't care what nobody's trying to do. I'm trying to show up and do my best job.
There's Magic Johnson, right?
Yeah, maybe it's Magic Johnson. Okay, yeah. And then, you know, we see, you see how legacy is hard to maintain. You feel me? That's what you see after that.
But that's exactly my point, I think, as to why the moment you start going around pleasing everyone, and not that I'm like out here trying to make people mad. I really that's also
you ain't like
not my case. Right, yeah. Like but I do think that, like, you know, when you look back on all this stuff, like again, like not that 37 is super old or anything, but it's like I look back and I'm not disappointed in myself so far. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all would be shocked at like all these like TV shows and movies that you see that I said no to. Like, you know what I'm saying? That I was like, I don't want that. I'm not going to audition for that. Like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to write on this show, blah, blah, blah. Like a few times I wish I would have said, you know what I'm saying? Like they asked me to write on Succession and I was like, no. Like, and I was like, all right, maybe I should have taken that job. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Why did you say no? What's the motivation behind
truly? Okay, so most times it's I think that, and this is the real. Most times I think things are bad. But in the case of Succession, it was two things. Like I had read the pilot and like I thought the show was gonna go somewhere else. Like I really don't have a desire to like worship wealth at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you can be wealthy, but like if you're not doing anything energetically to like make sure that people are people not, I'm trying to think of the word to say, but if people's lives aren't impacted positively by that wealth, then I don't like it. Grosses me out, to be honest.
Yeah.
So when I read the pilot, I was like, I don't know, like this just feels like, you know, rich people doing rich people stuff. And it was in London. Like I would have had to have moved to London. So I was like, those two things. So those two things, I was like, I think I'm out. But then I watched it and I was like, oh, it did end up making fun of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know that's where the show was going. So but anyway, so it's like, you know, that, but like most that, and me and Lil Rel auditioned for Get Out like back to back. Like I finished mine and I walked out and I saw him go in, and like I just stayed for a second and I could hear what he was doing, and I was just like, all right, I should have tried harder. Like I still wouldn't have gotten it, but like and he's clearly, it's not even close that he's clearly the right choice. But you know, those are the two things that I'm like, all right, well, you know, no didn't work particularly there, but I also think that it's like, you know, a lot of people think that like saying no is like, oh, because you're scared of this or you don't want to work on it, blah blah blah. But it's like, the reason I do it is like I want to focus on the things that I genuinely like or care about, right? Like I genuinely want to, and like, look, now I'm not saying those things come out the way you expected them to come out, because that's just the way. There's just too many people involved, especially with TV, that like, you know, y'all could write the best episode of television, and you know, truth be told, I've written some phenomenal episodes of television that when they make it to TV, I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. So I really like you know, I just value the idea of like, when it's all said and done, like even if I haven't impacted like you know, Hollywood or entertainment or culture by and large in a major way, at least I'm like, damn, I did think, you know, like I hate to be a cliche, but it's like I did do it like my way, you know what I'm saying? And like now whether that was the quote unquote best way to do it, because that's the other thing, is like, you're also, do you want to live by other people's metrics of what success is, right? You know what I'm saying? Because other people, there's a lot of people who could look at me and say like, I consider Yasser successful, and there's a whole slew of people that go like, I absolutely don't consider him successful. But to me, I am, and success is measured by like what I can do for my family and friends and myself, and like what can I do to bring other new writers into the fold, and like, am I a kind person who's using the things that I've been given to bring more kindness? Like, to me, that's success. You know what I'm saying? Like, now of course, if someone's like, do you want a house with a basketball court? I'll be like, yeah. But like, you know, like,
shoot my bad jump shots?
But you know what I'm saying? That's not a measure of success. That's like that's more of a measure of like a, you know, accumulation of wealth. You know what I'm saying? Those are two different things. Wealth isn't success, and success isn't wealth. You know what I mean?
Who's the best person you've ever worked with, and what's the most Hollywood thing that has ever happened to you?
Man, I'm sorry. There's like a leaf blower outside. I don't know. Like,
I thought it was a parade. I was like, did a parade just start?
I don't.
No, the parade is on my side.
I'm so sorry. My guy, come on. Please move along. Sorry.
You're good, man.
Okay, sorry. So, you know, I'll say this. It's actually hard to, this is crazy. It's hard to say who the best person is, because I've been lucky enough to have worked with phenomenal people. Man, it's a hard question, because like, you know, again, like the best is like such a hard metric. Like, I was gonna say like, I would probably, as a thing closest, one of the things closest to my heart, I would have to say is like my first, you know, like entertainment writing job. I wrote on this cartoon called Black Dynamite on Adult Swim.
Black Dynamite?
I did season 2, and like, Carl Jones, who came from the Boondocks and was like running the Boondocks and then came to Black Dynamite, you know, gave me a shot, didn't need to. He showed me, like, he didn't like sit me down and show me, but like working with him, he like just showed me how to like be a boss and be funny, but also know how to craft a story and what things should look like. He's such a visionary. It's like shocking to me. Like, I mean, like he can really, he's like someone who can see everything at once and like make it a tapestry. You know what I'm saying? And it like all fits together and makes like this beautiful quilt. He's also a phenomenal artist. Like, I mean, he's so smart. He's so funny. And like, you know, I tell people this all the time. Like, another reason I think the way I am in writers' rooms or just in this industry in general is like, that was my first, like, you know, writer's job. And it was all black minus one white writer who's
you had a white writer on there?
Yeah. And he was funny. Oh God, what's his name? I believe his name was Scott, but
he wasn't that funny.
Yeah, I barely remember, but like, I say all that to say that, like, you know, and this is, you know, this can be on some Black Power, you know, tip if you want it to be, but I do think setting myself up like that, or being set up like that, whatever the terminology you want to use is, helped me immensely, because I didn't go in being like, I need to like be quiet and please white people and blah blah blah. Like, I started with a group of us. So by the time I had made the jump to like a white people show, I was like, I don't need this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's probably a rarer start than most people have had.
It's an extremely rare start. I mean, like, I did that, then I did, so the dudes who do Southside, Diallo Riddle and Bashir Salahuddin, I don't know if you've seen the show, but it's a show on Comedy Central called Southside. Before that, they had a pilot at HBO called Brothers in Atlanta, which was coming up at the same time that Atlanta was filming. So it was like almost like a competition of like who was going to get their Atlanta show out first. But the long and short of it, again, that was my first live action show that happened to be, again, like another black show.
Okay.
So again, like,
that show got shelved?
It got shelved by themselves. They didn't like the way it turned out.
Wow.
But then they went on and rebroke it and made Southside.
Okay.
So I say all of that to say that I've just, you know, like, I don't want to say like I was given the confidence. I had the confidence, but it's more just like when you, bless you, but if you're working with whoever it is, you know, people of your own race or color or creed or religion or whatever that is, you know, you are more inclined when you have to exit that environment and go be put somewhere else. You have it more in your body and ingrained in your system, you know.
Yeah, you have a foundation of business like that.
Right, exactly. So like, you know, so because I went from that to Girls, which was arguably the whitest show on TV at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm from Brooklyn, and I just have to say the capacity of that show, mind-boggling. Like, just great.
But okay, so can I tell you something that's interesting? So like, when I took the job and I was like working on it, by the way, still was a phenomenal group of it was weird because behind the scenes it was like me and like a gay Asian dude and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like it was like a random mix of people who were writing the show. But the point being is that like the hardest time I had wasn't like writing for like white women. I was like, I don't know anything about New York. So they would like be talking about like New York stuff, and I was like, sure, you know what I'm saying? But also, you know, to your point, like, and this is part of the criticism and part of the think that works. To me, it's like, and I'm not, and this isn't in defense of anyone, but like, if you watched Insecure right now, and it was hella white people, you'd be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, Issa Rae hanging out with white people like that. Like, that's part of my thing for Girls is that like people got mad at her, and I was like, she wasn't hanging out with black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, And those kinds of white people don't be hanging out with black people like that. Like they just don't. You know what I'm saying? So, so anyway, like I was just like, okay, I know that part of it ain't gonna be in the show. So like, what's the other thing I could bring to the table?
Word up,
but you know, so I mean, if I had to go down the list, you know, like Carl Jones was phenomenal, and then that team, and then Julia Sharp, who I did this show called Making History with on Fox for a little while. It was like a time travel comedy. I got to work with Mindy Kaling, who's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I got to work with, you know, again, me and Gerard have been friends forever. So just getting to work with your friend is great. The team at Black Monday. Like, I mean, like there's so many people to shout out. It's just I have jobs that I definitely shout out and be like, this is the worst job I've had. But, but in terms of
want to shout them out, you just blast them right now. This is the podcast.
The problem is that they don't know, so they're like, what?
Like, you should have told me.
Not even for any other reason that it was just boring, you know.
I've been the background actor in all of your favorite TV shows. So if you see it, I like working with the dude who directed he directed the Carmichael Show, Nicholas. That guy right there.
Nick Stoller?
Yeah, Nick Stoller. He was mad cool. He was a funny guy.
Yeah, he's
very, very easy to work with and relaxed as a human being. And I had flew back from Asia to do that joint, and that joint was pretty tight, man.
Wait, which one was it?
What's that show on
Friends from College?
Yeah, Netflix, on Netflix. Yeah. It was mad funny. Yeah, it was mad funny. So yeah, do you think this is what I'm gonna ask you a tough question.
All right.
Do you think your sexuality plays a part in your success in the Hollywood game?
Okay. I guess we'll have to ask is sexuality as in heterosexuality or sexuality as in a rated level of like attractiveness?
Okay. Not in a rated level of attractiveness, no.
But just in like being
a
heterosexual
who you connect with.
man.
And not to say that it has to be forward or backward in terms of the media, but you know.
I mean, like, if you want the truth, I'll say no, and that's because half the people that meet me think I'm gay anyway. So like, no one, you know what I'm saying? So like, if no one, and I am a heterosexual man, but like, the fact that it is even nebulous for people, I don't think that could be concrete. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not like if I was like 6'4", right? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm 6'4", then you can go like, well, he's successful because he's getting all these tall roles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, but I also personally, I'm like, I'm one of these people who like, I try not to lean on anything too much. Like, so like, I don't, you know, like, I'm not like someone who like writes about like a ton of like sex stuff because I don't want someone to be like, oh, all he does is like sex stuff or all he does is this thing or that thing. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I really don't. I mean, you know, if I could be honest, like the only thing I would hinge my success on is the fact that I work hard at being funny, and then that shows. You know what I'm saying?
So not even your politics doesn't play a part in your success when you meet people and they're
no, because all you know, like you know, I'm from Georgia, like I'm from, you know, kind of the sticks of Georgia. So like I actually like I'm not like a Republican or a conservative or any of that, but like
I thought you were
also, oh, I mean that would be crazy.
From Georgia, if you're not a Republican,
he's like, I'm not gonna be a conservative.
But what I'll say is that I grew up around like rednecks and stuff, and like you know, like so I don't not understand them. You know what I'm saying? When people are like, I can't believe like when Trump was running the first time, I was like one of 6 people in LA that was like, he is gonna win. Like, I was like, he's going to win the election. And I was like, no. I was like, you're not from where I'm from. You don't see this. Like, people do not ride for Hillary Clinton like that anywhere else. You're talking about 2 cities where people kind of like her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't even think the politics of it is like, I mean, like, I am politically active, especially like on the city level, you know, I really try to help out where I can, but like people don't meet me and they're like, oh wow, his politics are amazing. Let me give him a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because my politics aren't amazing. There's a lot of things where I'm like, look, I'm gonna just stay out of this one because I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Like, so but you know, that being said, like, because also I am usually politically, and this is gonna sound a little arrogant. I don't mean for it to be, but I'm usually a little ahead of the political spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, when, like, you know, like I was wearing Black Panther, the actual Black Panther Party T-shirts in 2009, and you know, white people on stage are telling me to take it off, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been like, all these books that, you know, people are reading now. Like, I didn't read those books. I read the books that influence those books. You know what I'm saying? Like, can
I ask, like, in your, you know, as a comic or just as a writer, like, are you even able to divorce the politic from your life?
Not
like,
really. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and like, that's why I gotta keep myself off Twitter so much of the time, because like, I'm just saying, like, I'm being too honest sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Has Black Twitter ever come for you?
No, because I've never. Actually, you know what? The only time they did is I did a podcast, and Garcelle Bouvier, who's on now, she's on like one of the Real Housewives. Yeah, Fancy. She had a child. She had a child with a white.
Real Housewives.
She's on the Real Housewives. Yeah. So the creator of Black Monday, his wife is Casey Wilson, who plays Tiff on Black Monday. Okay. She's a huge Real Housewives fan. She was like, I know you don't watch it, but just watch a few episodes and like come through the podcast. I'm like, you got it. So Fancy is on Real Housewives, and she has 2 sons that she had with white men, you know. And I said on the podcast, I was just like, I mean, just the kids are just tragically mixed. And people, and they're like, what do you mean? I was like, you know, like Blake Griffin, like, it didn't taste. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the sauce wasn't like, you know, the
right.
sauce.
But they kept cutting me off as I was saying it. So then I was like, you know how they got all the mulattoes down at the beach who surf, who got like, I was like, you could tell they're mixed, but they got like blonde curly hair. And they kept being like, what? So I never got to finish a point. So it just sounded like I said, mixed kids are ugly. They look like Blake Griffin, and they look like homeless surfers. And so.
Although Blake Griffin does look like a tall homeless surfer, but that is.
But here's the thing. But people took it as I was saying ugly. I was saying that just like to be mixed, they didn't get any of the Black side of it. That's what I was saying. Okay. So it wasn't even Black Twitter. It was just like, you know, it was like new Black Twitter, like in you Black Twitter, where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? We're like, you know, just like these new niggas who like just got into college and like grew up in the suburbs, and now they're trying to figure themselves out. You know, my brother always makes me laugh because when stuff like that happens, he's always like, these are Black people that. So me and my brother and sister all have different dads, but same mom.
Oh wow!
But my brother, so my dad is Palestinian, and my brother is the only sibling who, you know, our mom and Black father, and then my sister's dad is like Austrian or whatever. But like, so he's like the only dark nigga in the group of kids, so he like really lets us have it. You know what I'm saying? So like, so like every time stuff like that comes up, he's just like, man, look. You just dealing with some niggas who spent their whole childhood trying to impress white kids and be one of the white kids, and now they grew up and feel guilty about it. So he's like, he's like, it has nothing to do with you. He's like, these people are mad at themselves, and it's just like, so true, because every time one of those things happen, because it's also like, I'm sure y'all are hip to the phrase of like, here come the blue checks, you know what I'm saying? And like
verifies?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's why I actually got rid of my verification for that reason on Twitter, because I was just like,
but
it just comes with like this idea that you're an idiot and like that you're greater than, and I'm like, I'm not. I kept it on Instagram because you can get more free stuff. On Twitter, nothing's happening, but like, but I say all that to say that to your point that like you can't divorce politics from, if you're involved with something that is, even if you're making up stories, needs a certain amount of honesty to convey that story, you're never gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, I can't write like a MAGA sitcom, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't, like, my mind physically wouldn't be able to pull that off. But now that being said, it's not that I don't understand certain points of where they're coming from, but like I do, but I also, like, in my heart, I'm like, you can't, me understanding a certain point of view versus being like, you went all in on this thing is crazy to me, because people, it's like the thing that they say where it's just like, people only voted for Obama because he's black, and I'm like, that's not true though. Like, if Barack Obama, and I mean this sincerely, like, if Barack Obama said Mexicans were rapists and murderers, like, I wouldn't have voted for him. Black people wouldn't have voted for him. They would have voted for him.
But I will say I did vote for him because he was black, though. Like,
but here's the thing. But because he was black and he was cool.
He was solid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Cool. But if he was like, but if he was like that theory, right? That theory doesn't work. The theory doesn't hold up if you make Barack Obama Terry Crews. Is my point. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of us would be like, absolutely not.
Like,
so that's why, right? Exactly.
So that's why one of these shirts doing this right here.
Yeah, doing high kicks on the Capitol steps. Like, I don't want any of it. But yeah, so I don't think you can divorce the two. But even though you can't divorce the two, I think you do have to be a good writer, you have to have a greater understanding and a greater window of tolerance for things that, even though if you hate them, you have to be able to see that side of it in order to make what you're writing more honest. And I think being able to see someone else's side, like, I don't ever want to blindly be like, I am only this, I only believe this. Because if you do, and someone proves you wrong, you're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be rooted in knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't, knowledge by very nature of its existence is a complete understanding. It's not just, you know what I'm saying? And that's why religion is so dangerous to an extent, because people are going like, I believe this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it to an extent, it's almost like math. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, math is almost a religion in the sense that it's like, we just believe it because people have told us. But there's also the part of math where it's like, we can go 2 + 2 = 4. We can physically write down those strikes on a piece of paper and go like, okay, that is true.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with so many things, and people become, it becomes a conviction. Even science, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, science, we believe because people that we have deemed smarter than us say like, this is the truth. But technically, if we got smart enough, we could do those things, right?
Yeah,
we could break down a cell structure or whatever. Sorry.
I wanted to point out though that Terrence Howard has his own theory.
The new math, buddy. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on. Hey, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. He calls it new math.
New math. I think it's 1 + 1 = 1.
It's 1 divided by 1.
Oh, 1 divided by 1.
By 1, yeah.
Okay.
And like, but here's the thing, like, you want to be like, yes, I'm open to new ideas, but I'm like, you be hitting your wife too much for you to be like, also coming up with math.
I don't know. I feel like those kind of demons, man. That might, like, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't had I guess we haven't had that kind of mixture yet. Like, because if Albert Einstein was like beating his wife, we wouldn't like have really messed with Albert Einstein as much. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, so, I feel like that's not true though, because at the time women were like, you know, shit.
Yeah, they were considered property.
You could legally beat your wife back in the day.
Yeah. But here's what I'll say. Yeah. Albert Einstein also, you know, we don't know that he beat his wife, so hopefully he didn't.
Yeah.
But also, he also didn't start out in 2 other careers, like public careers. Like he wasn't playing the guitar and acting, and then went, I also know about quantum mechanics. We'd be like, that feels wrong.
But no, if you study music, it actually does not feel wrong to me. Hey man, I feel like he knows something that I don't know, man. He got a universal truth, man. You know, he has a patent on crystals. He has a patent on a shape. He has a patent on a shape that he believes the shape will do something. And he did Empire. I believe in him. He was in Sunset Park. I believe in him. Did you see him play the guitar in Best Man?
Look,
you don't believe that, man?
Here's the thing. Terrence Howard has been lucky to be part of things that are phenomenal.
Yo.
But like, I'm not about to sit here and be like, Terrence Howard is great. No. Terrence Howard is lucky to be part of Jackson's An American Dream. He's lucky to be part of Best Man. He's lucky to have been a part of Iron Man, then tanked it himself.
Okay, Iron Man was a flop. Iron Man was like an ego trip, but because I felt like up until that point, he deserved it. He wrecked shop in the black world in a way that any light-skinned man since, I believe, like he overshadowed Shamar Moore. He overshadowed, like
he was a star. Terrence Howard was a star. He was up for an Oscar. Like,
yeah, come on, man. So like, I believe if Ronald Reagan can become a president, Terrence Howard can all of a sudden, like, you know what I mean?
No, but that proves that being a president is idiotic.
Yeah,
it doesn't help your case.
All right, maybe you're right, man. Do you want to, before we about to wrap this up, do you want to shout out any black businesses out there?
Wow. Okay. Damn. This is hard because there's like a lot. But how about this? There's like Black Market Vintage on Instagram. There's Four Keeps bookstore in Atlanta. There's Black artists I want to shout out. There's Brittany Tucker. There's Mishon Sanders. There's oh my god, like why am I blanking? Oh, there's Barry Johnson. These are all people who are on Instagram that you can find that you should be buying their art. You should be buying products from them. Black businesses, I'm trying to think of like black clothing. Oh, there's like Bob's Liquor Store that people really like. There's
from Georgia, so I want to say God is Dope. I'll shout out God is Dope from Atlanta.
God is Dope. See, I didn't know about them. Dang, I'm trying to think. You know, like it's hard on the spot, but that's what I got for now.
That's great.
That's amazing, man.
Oh, and then musician wise, there's the K-Town Oddity out here in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, who's phenomenal.
They're black band.
He's a black dude from Koreatown. His name's the K-Town Oddity. Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Koreatown, they got some very small apartments and rooms.
Yes, they do.
I stayed with a girl out there, man. I could have sworn we stayed in a sliver. We literally we just come in and just.
Oh my god,
that was it.
Funny.
Yeah, hell yeah,
so
man.
Funny.
But Yasser, man, we appreciate you for giving us your time today.
Thanks for having me, yo.
Thank you so much. Keep doing your thing, and if there's any way we can support you, let us know here at the podcast. We'll shout any of the things you got going on.
Y'all just Instagram me your phone numbers. We'll start a text change.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Be safe, my brother. Thank you so much.
Peace, y'all.
So yeah,
that was dope.
That was dope, yo. Right?
That was super dope. I'm like, that was such a good conversation too. I love when we can have I love when we have these people that just drop all of these jewels and like just give the game away. Just give it a game away.
The jewels, yo. We need
giving it away.
Here. No, but
only at the podcast. We just
the
give
people
the
need the jewels. Only at the podcast.
Only.
Well, it was nice doing this Saturday edition.
It was nice talking to you, talking to Yasir Lester, you know, I'm gonna go fangirl a little bit right now and watch, probably catch up on the last season of Black Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Black Monday because now I got a link for the Showtime. I got the link, you know what I mean?
I've been had Showtime, bro. Because you don't ask. That's not on me. You gotta ask for things. I didn't know you didn't have it.
Nah, I ain't get the Showtime.
You got it now, though.
I got it now, though. So I ain't gotta ask you now, though. So
All right.
I'll let you know if there's something else. Is there's another link that I need that I don't have? All right.
Facts.
Well, have a good Saturday.
You have a good Saturday. Y'all have a good Saturday.
Y'all have a good Saturday. Peace.
I get love in the street. I catch waves at the beach. Skip the line, I'm a V. Shorty fine, I'm a creep. If she mine, I'm a spin. If she not, I don't land. Either way, she gon' bend. Till I gon' pull a friend. Believe in love and let go. Believe in love and let go. Believe in love and let go. Soul rebel, ohenecornelius.
I'll be going out and trying to find out if I'm gonna see when is this gonna take me. But I agree, gotta sit still and believe that sometimes love is gonna come back around. So I believe in love and let go. I believe in love and let it go. I let it fly away. I let it fly away. And if it wants to, it come back and stay.
Check me out. I'm Joseph Stalin when I'm styling on them. Mama Sealy popping wheelies. I scribe this in my brain papyrus. I believe in love, God above. When my glove life ain't tough, I'm living cool in your highness. Your highness, see the vision, colitis. Flow is water, Poseidon. I'm in Galilee with Gideon. Paint a picture, Toulouse-Lautrec. Let's hang by the noose is best. No noise, to die is the climax. And I'm alive, cause I ain't died yet. Hit maker, cold flick taker. Get your love now, get my licks later. Bedroom, she a thick dick taker. When you arrive, hit my phone. When you leave, I say, let's link later. Skydiver, let go, get high, a skywriter. Luke Skywalker and a Pied Piper. I've been bony since my little pony. Searching for a tenderoni, keeping no phony. My frequencies are sins and prayers. I'm an onion and you help me let go of my layers. Lay to rest the haters. My unit tastes like flavors. I'm getting cream like Brayers. You say my name with love until it's known by the neighbors. Encapsulated, forgot what day it was. It feels like love, at least I say it was. That's fine, let's shine. Walk in the light, flat line.
You are now watching Smokes and Jokes.
Did everybody roll up weed? Do you have weed, sir? You don't smoke? I can't sell you 420, but I can let you know where there is 420. I can. Me and my brothers, we hate each other. Like, I would love to hang. The only time we hang out is somebody dies. Like, that's not your family? Y'all always hang out together? Oh, you're Spanish. Oh, y'all always together. Like, at the wedding, they had the wedding in the projects in the house. They was just like, we ain't going nowhere. Just bring the mofongo through. Yo, you ever be on a train and the crazy bumps start making sense? You be there like, Meghan Markle should have knew what was gonna happen because of what they did to Princess Diana. You like, oh shit, that's weird, yo. Did that make sense? You can buy Tylenol cold and COVID. You're like, oh shit, they're gonna come up with that one day. This guy's genius. Then he says something that you don't like. Chipotle's better than Taco Bell. You're like, wait a second, guy, hold on. Okay, you might be young. I'm an older dude. How old are you? You're feeling old? Wait till you get my age, man. Now, see, when you get a bunch of gray hairs, you're old. But when you get that first gray hair, oh, fuck. The first thing you do is pluck it and then go have sex. You're like, fuck this. I'm a man still, I promise. I'm not aging and withering away. No. Anybody use Viagra? Nobody's busting on the blue pill? I like to bust on the blue pill every night. I don't need it, but I just do it just, You can't take the whole pill when it works still. You take the half a pill. You take the half a pill and then you test it out. It's like double dutch. You like, let me see what my dick gonna do.
What you say to me? 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 Say you got a girl. How you want me? How you want me when you got a girl? And it's reckless, knowing it's selfish, knowing I'm desperate, getting on it and falling all over love. I do it till last. Hanging up the back, all of your life. Like, is you coming home? Is you out with her? I don't care long as you here by 10:30. Go later than drop them drugs. Be what I want. My man is your man. Hurt us, her man too. My man is your man. Hurt that's her man. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. You like 9 to 5, I'm the weekend up. Make a lose his mind every weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, then just send him my way. Think I got it covered for the weekend. I gotta say I'm in the mood for a little bit more of that. I'm saying what kind of these is 2 days. I need at least about 4 them, you on me, on yours. Tell me you want me, one day. And I'll be at your door, ready to take place, ready to give you what you need these days, what you've been waiting for. 10, 30, then touch them dogs, you know what you want. My name is your name, her man too. My man is your name, her man. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just keep them satisfied. You like 9 to 5, I know you nothing. Make a losing mind after weekend. You take Wednesday, Thursday, and just send them my way. Think I got it covered for the weekend.
Okay, curiosity. You gotta say it's so spicy. You know, like, because right now it's very much the enemy is like, oh, maybe it's a question, you know, like, and it came up where we were talking about, yeah, because I mean, I have my girlfriend's wife, you know, like, it's like we're around each other. It's not like you calling someone an enemy is not gonna make them your friend. You know, no, you're just it's the right, wrong, and like judging. Yeah, and then you're gonna make people feel uncomfortable to even try to be like, yo, so what's this about? Try and understand. Yeah, hold that space. But we're really,
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. 'Cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers. Held your hand, trying to give you all my hours. When I had the chance, take you to everybody, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, she's dancing with
I wrote this in my bedroom. Some legroom. Ocean tea. One touch, I like bonfires. You know what I'm saying? I'm such a brain. One touch, a well lost, so sore and sorrow. Water me, drown me, baby, without I'm aware. I need self-care. Wake up early, stretch, wake up early. Paint, breathe, boundaries, breathe. Cold gas, see sun, do-rag, halfway feet. Steady work for one welfare. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Spit that fire till I became a man, midnight, from what's inside. I'm aware, self-care.
To my laptop so that you can actually be on the show. Because let me call you back. Let me call you. There it is. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Right now, we only got one host. I'm trying to reconnect with my co-host over here. Technical difficulties, but that's just life sometimes. How y'all been doing out? Who's out there? Brooklyn, Queens, beyond. I know we on Periscope, so that's worldwide. What's up, baby? Welcome to the United States, New York area, and probably the whole world. I'm gonna go ahead and if we wasn't, who's fucking with us? The podcast out here on Earth. I think it's safe to say we did on planet Earth. And you can tell your mama I said it. But going to co-host on the air, we are calling Cornelius code 9. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Don't make me feel like a fool by not picking up now, because that's how he rolls sometimes. You know, this is how.
Hello?
Hey,
Yo, vibes. What's up, man?
Yeah.
What you up to? Good, girl. You looking good. We out here at the water side, right here. Yeah.
Who is that?
Birthday.
Who?
Yeah, you know I got bad stutters. What?
Stutters. We stuttering because. Oh, you on a yacht?
Crazy.
A nigga on a yacht? He ain't even invite me. You see how he does? Y'all see? That is black women. He deserves respect. You know what I'm saying? On the sea. Oh.
There's a black woman out here.
Yeah. I don't exist.
Call me.
Huh? Call you. Fine. Call you. I'll call you. I called you right now. We gonna hang up this
I don't
way.
understand what you said.
I know it's not working, y'all. Call you back. That's too much. I'm asking my. That's too much. Let me stop acting like I don't have a desktop. No, nigga, not on the phone. Jesus. Nah, he's so impatient. Why can't black men be more patient? I'm over here running a multi-million-dollar operation going on. I got Wi-Fi issues in the house. So right now, I'm trying to call desktop, and that's how it all goes, tippity-tip-top. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know. Because then, right, it's sort of saying, I can hear what he's saying, you could see me. Now it's not so jumbled. Whatever. Ready?
Service has been bugging out here.
We know that. Things through my phone right now. My laptop is having a trouble, like the receiver is. So I have to use my phone. Yeah, I got that hotspot money.
Nobody out here had the hotspot that was working for me, so that's why I'm like, it's tweaking right now.
See, that with the excellent tip-top service, whose Wi-Fi never fails, my hotspot always works. So right now, instead we doing some new camera. You know what I mean? So we can get that crystal clear picture.
I heard you got the two microphone set.
Some lavaliers now, but they won't work with my laptop. It's the lavaliers, so like, you know how reverb? Yeah, mine is the same way, but like it's lapel. You don't even have to carry nothing. Handless, cordless mics.
We be on the podcast for real.
Gotta get it together. Upgrade for those live electronic things covered properly. So what are you doing on the yacht?
He was just celebrating Kevin Moore's birthday together.
Oh shit! Another year around the sun. Okay. Are y'all really on a yacht, or you just fairly hopping?
We got off the yacht early. For a second, it wasn't like crazy or nothing.
Yeah. I mean, luxurious. These new ferries.
That ferry ride is beautiful.
Right? $275.
We use that all around the city.
I went from Astoria out to Far Rock, then rode all the way back to Brooklyn, and then got on the train home. That shit was epic.
This is my man right here, Kevin Boy.
Hey, Kevin!
Happy birthday, yo.
Gang, what's up? I'm not a Leo, but my son's a Leo. I'm not a Leo, but my son's a Leo. To the Leos, I get down with the gang. Birthday is next week. They both Leos. They was born a week apart.
Happy birthday to the little kid.
And now,
you're a good kid, yo.
Facts. So, I'm gonna bring him to the. Come on now. I'm gonna bring him to tomorrow since we up in Harlem. You know what I mean? Ow! You excited? Huh?
We got like live music. They can expect smokes and jokes. And we're gonna be on 114th Street and
we out here. We out. Who is this man? Dawn. So why are you smoking on the yacht?
Why are you smoking? Today. Shit, I don't know if you know my man. So the band, he was like, I don't actually know what it was, but it gave me like, mix body high. I feel it gave me some pretty, it's the packaging my brother had.
Nolan.
What you got, Joy?
I'm keeping it basic with some purple platinum. You know what I mean? Got the nice purple platinum. It's purple. Yeah, so you know, nice little mix. This fucking. I've been using so like it's I forgot what she got, what kind of rap she got. Them shit is mad harsh on the vocal. So, but it's Gucci. It's been keeping me from nice. It's feeling nice right now. I'm gonna show the people. So bad. Not at all. I still have my
I took the bandage off of it. It was itching me so bad.
Wait, so bandage on or off? I'm still fucked. You know, I just think I might know. I took the bandage off of my
You got a cut or some shade put on there.
Facts. Those.
I use shade butter.
Yo, every month I go like a tub of it, and then I mix it with some lavender hard, and that way you got your shea butter, but you also got that nice scent going on.
What kind of?
We got some topics on the podcast.
Yes, we're with the
All right, so that never fails. Smoking and joking on the podcast. Smoking. All right, so today's first topic, we talking about these fools. By the way, what is your name today, bro?
My name today is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All right. Alright. I was just going, well, see, I was trying to not keep it sexual today. I was going to do some shit. No, I'm John Mac and Cheese. That's all. So anyway, this has been out for a minute, but we didn't really get to talk about it just yet. And a black man, they put their engagement photos on the internet. And of course, you know, we all in arms because slavery is post-antebellum slavery, right? That not these photos, the black man, the man that is black. We can't hear a word.
Yeah, I thought about it. I saw those photos. I was proud. If you had with your significant other, y'all can make, you know what I mean?
Of your wedding budget. Really? My nigga, really? You let a white bitch push you? Not even handcuffs, bro. They shackles. They like full shackles, arms and feet. Love it. I want to know what kind of pussy she got. I can understand it as a fantasy you keep between yourselves, but like that's too. All right. So you're saying that's not too much. That's not.
No, it's preposterous to me. I don't know the idea of insulation with gaming and stuff like that, but I think you have to have some decorum to respect the history. It's funny from the outside looking in, but if I was his friend, I'd be like, nah, you mess.
Where is this guy's friends? Does he have no friends? You told me that not one woman in her life was at all. Right. That
friends was probably like, listen, they want to deal with her boyfriend. They probably thought this was like.
They thought they was gonna save racism when they love. No.
Yeah.
Quick linguistics lesson because I always wondered too. Why good, and there is a reason for that. What is that? I'm asking why that, like why we say it twice, and there's an actual explanation. It's that it's doubly good.
You got like, you got meanings and stuff there, so.
It's a word. It's called epiphysis. Epiphysis is the.
What it is, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, epiphysis.
That word, like that's not really what it is. Epiphysis.
But it's a real thing. But it's a real thing, though. Epiphysis is the emphasis. It's like making it better. So, like, good is good, but good.
We don't have a theme song. No, there is no theme song for the podcast, guys. For right now, that's what I'm saying. But maybe later on it will be different. All right, we are live right now all throughout the world. I do not want anything to drink like alcoholic, but I might take some water or some coconut water or something like that later. All right. I'm your host for today, ohenecornelius, a.k.a. William N. Wordsworth, a.k.a. Stokely Carmichael, a.k.a. because I have so many AKAs. We're here today with Shelly, the comedian.
Hi, Shelly. Hi, guys.
All right, tell us about yourself, Shells.
I grew up in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Hood booger. You're a hood booger?
Far from this. Teacher, educator,
okay,
and comedian.
Scoot your chair up a little bit. We need to see you a little bit better. Let me see all that excellence right there, all that black excellence. A teacher, educator, believer. Would you say a believer? I like it.
Comedian.
Okay, yeah, all of that. Then you definitely a believer if you're a comedian. We out here right now. I wanted to say we start off with the first segment as always. What are you smoking? What am I smoking right now?
What are you smoking?
My boy on the corner, you see him. He came over there into the bodega.
A stranger?
Nah, I said my boy. Oh. How would a stranger be my boy? But he came to the bodega. He had gold chains on and stuff. But anyway, he got me some. Can y'all turn your phones off, please, studio audience? He got me some sherbet. No, this is not sherbet. That was last week. What did we smoke?
So is that where you guys meet up?
What did I say? Was shortcake. That's what it was. It was shortcake. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It could be better. but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. The high, maybe it sneak up on me, you know what I mean, later, but I'm not like schmacked how I thought I was gonna smoke it and be schmacked. I thought I was trying to just be schmacked for a little bit, do the show, then go do my other show, then get like 2 hours of sleep. But I may not be schmacked like that. You know what I mean? It may just be a mellowed out high. I think that
sometimes,
that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. In the background, I always love to play black content. Today we're doing. I think this man is so smart, and he's not really. Well, he is getting his roses. I feel like he's getting his roses while he's here. Dion Cole. He has a. You love him? Yeah.
Stand-up special.
Yeah. He got a new stand-up special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he has a new one on Netflix. So he was gonna do a tour.
Oh, okay.
And then it got canceled because of COVID. So they put together the pieces of it leading to the tour. You know what I mean? Because people don't realize as a comedian, like a lot of it is not doing the shows. A lot of it is cutting the fat.
The preparation.
And cutting the fat, preparing, and then when you get there, like, oh, that actually doesn't work. But I love those moments when the shit doesn't work because, eventually it does.
I hate those moments.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm living it.
But I'm also, still getting used to it.
Yeah. It's a humbling experience. And it can come at many different times. It can come at many different times. Even when you've become skilled a little bit, even after years, until I think people really because I've seen some like great comedians like do some rooms and people are not just like kiki and laughing their asses off. You know what I mean? And that is that's humbling, yo. That's all I can say. That's humbling. Yeah. But so you got to. I remember the great Charles Logan. He's an actor. He said, "You got to use it."
All of it.
Woo, use it. He said he was sitting with Adolf Caesar, and they was getting his shoe shined. And while they was getting his shoe shined, a truck fell. Some piece fell off and lopped the motherfucker's head off right in front of him, right in front of both of them. Adolf Caesar and him was sitting there and watched it, and Adolf Caesar looked at him and was like, "Use it."
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? So I was going through something. I had lost a pilot. I was casting this pilot. I was playing like a space ranger. I was killing it,
Wow.
Black, sexy, young, walking around, space rangers. I was the lead and shit.
I see it.
You know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe I'm on. You know what I mean? And then I had told him when I started I had to miss a day. I was like, "Yo, I'm doing a play. I'm signing up," and they agreed. But this is when you learn about contractual agreements, even just agreements of like word is bond. And I at least have proof here. Even if I'm not gonna sue you, I at least have proof here that you're a lying motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's sometimes you just want that. It's like it ain't even worth it to go further than that, but this is enough for me right here. Right. Motherfucker. So I missed that day, and I came back, and it was like, Henny,
are you serious?
Because you missed today, and it's so tumultuous.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, maybe I must have been fucking up. I must have not been doing good. Then I saw the dude they cast was their friend who was jealous of me the whole time. He jealous me the whole time. But
he set you up?
I don't know if he set me up or not. I don't care about that. All I know is I ain't seen it on TV yet.
Ooh, that sounds like hate. Hey.
They needed him.
I think it would have been on TV with me.
I think so.
In my younger years, ooh, nigga, I'm trying to be sexy again, but in my younger years, I'm just walking around, chest all out for no reason and shit, push-ups. So, Shells, tell me, what's our next topic?
Is there an expiration date on racism?
Is there an expiration date on racism? You guys tell me that. I want to know. I need to hear the answers. I'm smoking this right here. What is that?
Sunday driver.
Somebody out there smoking Sunday driver. So will right there. will racism expire like milk? That's what the question is. No?
Absolutely not. It's fresh. It's part of the American system. So without racism, there's no America.
So what? You think so you think America unless America is ended, then that's the only way.
Yeah, it's built on it. It's kind of like saying, can you have a building without stones? Or can you have a building without bricks?
Is America built on racism?
Yes.
I feel like that's untrue. I feel like that's untrue. I feel like that's a non-factual statement. I feel like America was initially built on escapism, right? These were people that came from England because they were escaping.
They created race. There's no
such
thing as race.
This is years after they've come here, right?
No, because they've had
like around the same time.
Same time. The system of race was to help them.
No. Yeah.
Divide who would be free and who wouldn't.
Right.
No.
Or who could earn their freedom.
Right.
No, that's not the. What are y'all guys
not
talking
earn
about?
their freedom?
What are y'all talking about?
By the Irish indentured servant.
Right.
The Irish indentured servants.
They could be
were joining
considered
forces
white
with
at some
slaves.
point.
Yeah, they were all going to revolt together, and they were like, wait, but y'all look like us. This is just like y'all want to get out one day and you can make your way back to freedom and all these things. They not even equal to us because they don't look like us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They savages.
And it was built on that.
First of all, if you've seen all these I feel like I'm on the conspiracy theory side of you guys right now because
it's the historical.
My understanding of history seems different than you. I have the same knowledge as you. And I don't like when people talk to you and you disagree with them. They're like, no, baby, no. Don't undermine my intelligence. I have the same knowledge. I said my understanding of history is different from you guys.
What do you understand it as?
So basically, people were escaping a financial rule they could not get from under, right? Because it was the monarchy. They came over here, and they can then capitalize. So this system is actually built on capital. Race is but one. After, if you went
but they came with slaves.
I mean,
if race wasn't, the idea of race wasn't created until they got here, right? The slaves that they came with then could then be of any color, right? Just logically, if you're saying racism wasn't created till they got here, they could have had slaves of any color, right?
They did have slaves of all colors.
I know they did. I know they did.
These people are
this did not. And your timeline seems so nonchalant, as if they did not try to enslave the Native American people that were here. That's why they kept on escaping. So that was something.
But the Native Americans, they identified as being another race.
Yeah, they were Indians. We're gonna move on because I feel like we'll never agree. We don't have enough time in this podcast. It's the podcast, and then so we'll move on. We'll move on. But I want to get back to this. I want you guys to comment, like, subscribe, share, and bring it back to this conversation. Give me your thoughts.
So, have you ever dated a white woman?
Dated?
Dated.
I tried to date a white woman recently.
That's pretty.
This is my I've had sex with white women. I've had sex with white women. This is different. I want to make it clear. I walked with my first white woman down the street and we were currently having sex and interested in seeing each other.
Okay.
And quickly after that, we had the conversation of race, and it sort of fell apart.
You're like, oh shit, you're white.
No, I didn't say, oh shit, you're white. I had the conversation of like, look, I've never had this experience before in my life, and it has nothing to do with you as a person. I'm not saying it makes it different. I'm just telling you the newness of it for me. And yeah, am I concerned as a black man how I'm viewed in the world? Of course. What, that would be ridiculous for me to say that. Of course I'm fucking concerned. So if I'm gonna be real, if a white woman that I date, I'm gonna have to be able to have that conversation. And because it fell apart from there, I know that that specific white woman wasn't the one for me. So I haven't yet delved into the white womanery, but I look forward to a future of all plethoras of colors. Last week we talked about Indian porn. Shout outs to Indian porn. I don't know if you've gone to the porn site yet. Typed in Indian girl BBC, but please do that. But yeah, I think for me, I wanna dive into all kinds of like I haven't actually been having like much sex right now, but I'm trying to dive into all aspects of women and not really judge them just on their race, but like all of that is a part of it, like because they're judging me, right?
Everyone judges you.
I know it, man. They fucking. That's why we got the show tonight at Tiny Cupboard. Also, I wanted to say, November 14th. I'm spilling the beans right now. November 14th. Myself and Renee Fuentes. We're doing a collaboration project. Smokes and Jokes, Big Chuckles Productions. We're doing a collaboration, Smokes and Chuckles. It's hosted by Laz Rivero. We're going to be featuring Melissa Irish. Going to be featuring Eric Frost. Going to be featuring Chanel Ali. Going to be featuring our headliner, Alex Carabaño. And then we got many more comedians. I'm sorry if I don't remember y'all right now, but it's not even the weed I was smoking. It's just the short-term memory of it. It's a long list.
Yeah.
Well, people
great comedians.
Great comedians. It's at It's at Unruly Collective. You got it now, okay? So just take that with you. What's next?
Why is I'm not voting the best option right now for Americans? Huh?
Are you not voting?
I'm voting.
You're voting?
Mm-hmm.
Who you voting for?
I don't have to tell you.
I didn't say you had to do. What's this? We're in a political world. Why wouldn't you want to share who you're voting with?
I don't know. I don't think it matters.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not voting. I'm not voting at all because this is a two-party system, and I choose not to vote on the lesser of two evils. I do not feel like my vote will count, and if I do vote, I'm voting for Trump. So you don't want me to vote for Trump. I know you don't want me to vote for Trump. So if you do want me to vote for Trump, tell me. Yes, you want me to vote for Trump?
I don't care who you vote for president because you're absolutely right.
T-Rob.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But what about all the other offices that are up for grabs that all absolutely have an impact?
So she's talking about local elections,
like the GA, the judges, the senators, and representatives.
Is that coming up now? I thought I voted on something just recently.
The primaries got canceled because of COVID.
Facts.
So right now, I think all parties aren't. All delegates aren't there.
So everything is up for grabs right now? I thought
senators, congressional leaders, but I also feel the president is important because that person determines what happens with our healthcare system, what happens with taxes. Taxes are huge.
They're vetoed, but
are we getting charged by Congress, and those are your congressmen and your senators,
right? But the executive decision for a lot of laws have to be like approved by the president, because if he vetoes it, it's not a thing.
They can overvote him.
They can override that veto. So that's why it's very important, though, because if everybody from the top all the way down are aligned with the same philosophies, then you get it all the way down. You get the executive house, you get the Congress, and we try to fight for the Senate.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get money and get a gun, and I'm gonna vote so I can have a gun, and my vote counts with a gun in my hand. Until I have,
but you have that right.
Until I have,
you have that right. Would you
as an American, you have that right.
Other than that, like me voting for Trump or Joe Biden, me voting for like all of these people my whole life, they've been against me my whole life. Why the fuck am I voting for any of them? Why am I? They've been against me my whole life.
My whole life.
So now, in this moment in my life, I think that all of a sudden they're gonna have a change of heart within a system that you already told me is built on racism.
Whether you vote or not, though,
that is a very deep.
Whether you vote or not, though,
I die.
Things are going to affect you.
Whether I vote or not, I live. Whether I vote or not, I die. Whether I vote or not, they affect me. You're right.
So determining like who gets into office, they'll still affect you.
You don't feel beholden to like participate.
I don't.
In any way.
I don't. I feel like totally devoid. I feel in shock, in constant pornography shock of two fucking Trump and Biden just mind fucking me at every moment of the waking day.
And you're entitled
the media
to feel that
is
way.
so crazy and it's too much, and it's just like everything is a circus show and act, and I'm like, this is all a ruse. I just saw everything shut down. They were this whole time. I've been paying my taxes, right? I gotta fill out all these fucking forms. Everything shuts down. They got my fucking bank account this whole time. They could have sent me money this whole time. They gotta put all kinds of like loops and holes in between. No, it's a ruse. Something is up. For me, something is up. And if I keep involving myself in it, I can't see what it is that's up. That's how I feel like. I gotta be able to look from outside here and be like, what the fuck is up? Because this is something weird.
Yeah.
I've been paying my taxes. Hold on. I've been giving you money that you sort of make money with out there. I get that. You the house.
Right.
I give you my money. At the end of the year, you're like, yo, good looks for giving us money. We made it happen this year. Boom, boom, take this back. You know what I mean? You invested this in us. Boom, boom, take this back. But make it difficult for me? Just that pettiness. I'm like, something weird about this relationship. You already think that I'm bullshit by the way you treat me. You already think like the way our interaction already, I'm already in an inferior place to you. No, I'm not involving myself. Next topic.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears.
Yeah, switch gears.
Where are all those baggy jeans and t-shirts from the 90s?
Like
Like where'd they go? Everyone was just like, no.
Yeah.
Change clothes.
I feel like people were like, because like fashion goes out, right?
Let's take this one.
Yeah. But it's somewhere right now.
They're reusable bags.
They're-
DIY culture.
Yo, they're probably in like a one of those suction bags with a mad baggy t-shirt, like 3 wide t-shirts, probably in Ludacris's basement. I feel like Ludacris has them in his basement for sure, and Nelly.
Quilts.
Quilts. They could be quilts for the homeless.
Aww.
You know what I mean? I feel like
I feel like that's.
Or they could be in Idaho.
Idaho, yeah,
Idaho.
there's a little white kid wearing some Gerber jeans right now.
Right.
You know?
Only in Idaho.
Oh my God. It's a soft floor. Don't worry about it. It's a soft floor.
It's like only people in Idaho are walking around like they don't know.
Yeah, we out here. We got cross colors, fucking car canal boots and shit like that. And food. That motherfucker got a lugs. You know the little chain.
They got
joint
everything
you
from the
support?
90s.
Yeah.
It's a dude with a boombox.
Yo, son, it's gonna be crazy. Please, if you got your 90s clothes, bring them back, man. I want to see them. And 2020 was so crazy. I need to see 3X t-shirts now come back. I want to see fucking the big baggy jeans with a beeper. Somebody, if you can get me a beeper, send me a beeper. My P.O. Box is P.O. Box 961, New York, 10037. Send me a beeper right now. If you're a beeper company and you're trying to make a comeback, if you're a cell phone company and you want to make a beeper, hit me up, man. Smokes and Jokes, the podcast. It's the podcast. We don't have a theme song. That was a solo.
Okay.
You know, you're supposed to play drums. That's the drums? I guess if you
We got 2 guitars.
Okay. All right.
What do you want to talk about?
Dating.
Dating? Okay, what about dating? Let's talk about dating.
What's going on with dating during COVID?
For me, it was good. I had a relationship. We broke up. She had an iPhone. I had an Android. You know what I mean? It's like
it can't work.
You know how we.
I don't want to date iPhone guys either.
Yeah, the term used to be if you can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Now, if she can't charge your phone, don't bring her home. So you know what I mean?
I got extra chargers.
Hey, I got them both there too, just in case. But I just want to make sure that we're compatible. You know, I want to make sure that your iOS system is easy pairable with mine. You feel me? You know what I mean? I don't want to buy the extra individual pieces in the middle to make the converter. You know, no. That's not my interest. You gonna do that work. You gonna do that work.
Listen, I don't judge a guy by his phone.
Hey, I'm fucking judging you by your phone. Everything I told you, like I'm on my bullshit. I'm about to turn 40 in a couple of years. You know what I mean? So I'm on my bullshit. Like I used to just go with the woman that loved me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or if I did love her, I was so infatuated. Everything was about her, and I made it about her. And I've gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten better. But definitely, in that getting better, I've been more selfish.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually good, you know?
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm doing a little self-care.
That's what's up.
A little self-care, you know what I mean? Bitches, hey, I'm self-care. Give me that. You know what I mean? Hey, girl, you better get the fuck off. You know what I mean?
I can't.
No, because I'm looking for upper echelon. I thought about it the other day. I'm like, if I get married at 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say I live to 80,
mm-hmm.
me and my wife. That's 40 years. We got 40 years. I lived to 80. If I had a baby the first year I was born, that baby would be 40. Other than that, I won't really get to see the child grow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see him become an adult a little
mm-hmm.
bit. But so I'm like, I got that whatever those songs. Time keeps
biological clock.
Yeah, that biological clock. And I got a lot of nut inside me too. So it's not. That biological clock was ticking from a long time. I had to really. The fact that I got one kid, I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I have hit a lot of back of the necks instead, but
mm-hmm.
I know you can't say much because of your professional status. You have to postulate a little bit. Can you talk about sex as an educator? Is that possible?
I'm getting tired.
Oh, you getting tired?
Yeah.
Oh, where are we? Where are we in the time? 9:20? Oh, you did smoke too. I mean,
mm-hmm.
yeah. On camera.
I did not.
Yeah. So, end of what's the other topic? What's the last topic before we go to the time we covered? Is that all the topics right there? Mm-hmm. We got them all. Let me make sure here. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh, you. I will. I'll ask you this one. I know you can't do the other one. She has to cut that one. Can you talk about? Because this is, and the fact that you're a comedian is weird to me because it's like you can only say but so much.
I could say a bit.
Yeah.
It depends. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I feel like my boy who was he did rap music and he
mm-hmm.
was a teacher. Produced a great video.
Mm-hmm.
The dick will make you slap somebody, and they took it down so fast.
I see why.
But he wasn't there with his dick out. They used the internet video.
Mm-hmm.
They used the internet video and they cut it up. They made a mix. What iMarquise is doing right now,
mm-hmm.
my boys did this like 4 or 5 years ago. It was classic. When I tell you it came out and it blew up on the internet and they made him take it down, I would have quit. I would have quit. No?
It's inappropriate.
That's so crazy. Is polyamory fake?
I think people are using it as an excuse to not be faithful, to not be in committed relationships.
Is that bad?
Yeah, just say I want to be single.
But that's like women who be like, nah, I got a man, but don't have a man. Nah. Nah.
You got that.
But, all right. Well, we're gonna. I believe we've been on almost the 30-minute mark. I'm gonna say goodbye. Bye bye. This has been the podcast, episode 4. Episode 4. I've committed to 365 episodes.
Oh wow! Are you gonna do it?
Sorry, not 365 episodes. 365 days
okay,
working.
okay.
So 52 episodes.
Okay.
I
was like, that's a lot.
365 episodes. What's that, like 4 or 5 years, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
That's not even bad. That's not bad.
Gotta be consistent. Not bad.
It would be consistent for sure. And I think that's, consistency key, maybe. No, who knows? I definitely getting better with the production value. I feel like maybe I could have the setup set up already before I get here. Because mentally, especially after a long day of being out in this cruel world where the presidents don't give a fuck about me, I literally have to jostle with my life with different races of people because of a fabricated idea built on money. So you get tired, you come home, you just want it all set up for you. But that's not how life is, That's just not how life is. You got any closing words for us, Shelly? You want to promote something? You don't want to promote nothing?
Joining. Just my Instagram page, Shells Funny 22.
All right, Shells Funny 22. Get the fuck off my thing. I'm gonna do my close out. Get out of here. Let me pass this back right here. All right, guys. It's been the podcast. I'm gonna close you out with some music that I found on the internet, on the interwebs. I found these musics on the interwebs, and I wanted to play it for you. Here's my speaker right here. I found this music on the interweb, and I want to play it for you. We're gonna play it for you. Found my music on it. Oh, here we go. If you know this artist, please tell her to contact me. This music is phenomenal. And I definitely want to produce a remix to it. Oh man. It meant so much to me when I listened to it. Man, y'all smoking that real strong back there.
Platinum, baby.
All right, let me see where the rest of your.
And I got some weak ass.
Where's the rest of your catalog? You got some what?
Weak lungs.
Oh. All right. I know I can read the artist's name, of course, but if y'all know the artist personally, please tell her to holler at me. This song is banging. This is the song of the week. I'm William N. Wordsworth. I'm about to go do the tiny cupboard right now. I'm going to host a live show on top of a roof. Make sure I see you there on November 14th. I also have a show on November 6th with Marcus Cadona, the dude who just did the Bombies. We're going to be in a little small area, so only a few people are allowed, 20 people in there, masked, of course, social distancing. So I hope to see you then on the 6th. I hope to see you on the 14th. Hope to see you in real life. This is the digital world. This is going to be playing over and over on your YouTubes. Check out, I think this is Ashia Lopez. Ashia Lopez?
I saw a star that was shining in front of me. A message from afar saying, "Come along and be with me." No, I want you to love me, I want you to understand now. I need you home. I feel you like your body. Breathe in the last time, and I close my eyes so I can fly. I know you miss my loving hands, want you to understand now. I'm coming home. Ooh, this familiar touch. Love how I miss you so much. Now that I'm with you again, my star, light of the heaven.
Nah, I gotta bring that back. It's not doing it. I ain't doing it justice. I ain't doing it justice. Y'all niggas gotta hit it. Nigga, when I tell you,
Filled with memories, ones that only can keep with me.
SoundCloud app ain't letting me, so I gotta go back to that bullshit. I'ma just hold this shit so y'all can get the full effect. See y'all later, y'all. It's the podcast.
That was shining in front of me, a message from afar, saying, "Come along and be with me." No, I want you to love me, I want you to understand now. I need you home. I feel you like your body right, I feel inside. I breathe in the last time, and I close my eyes so I can fly. I know you miss my loving hands, want you to understand now. I'm coming home. Ooh, it's familiar touch. Love how I miss you so much. Now that I'm with you again, my star, light of the heaven. I appreciate all the love that was given.
I'm gonna do a remix of this shit.
Filled with memories.
I can hear it.
Ones that only can keep with me. I know I stay in love and heaven, but you understand how I'm going home. Ooh, this familiar touch. Love how I miss you so much. Now that I'm with you again, my star will You can be my star. We'll light up the heaven.
That's so beautiful.
Yo, can I cut and paste on this shit? On this one right here?
You should be able to.
On this one?
Yeah.
So if,
you want to put it in the comments here?
Yeah. Oh, appreciate you, yo.
Like you can just open it.
Thank you for coming
Open
through.
it on SoundCloud. Just find her on the thing and then cut and paste it into the.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
Nice meeting you too. Be safe.
Yeah.
Jacket in the cab.
Yeah, what's the address, Sean?
It's 1270 East 51st. Thank you. Emma.
Are you doing any comedy shows?
I am. I'm doing one in Harlem next Wednesday with Rashad. Oh.
What's your Instagram?
Shell's Funny 22. SHELLY. I'll follow you guys. Are you guys comedians too?
I try to be. Go ahead, reminds me I'm not.
I ain't remind you, I said you gotta write some material and go up there.
I guess so. It's not my moment for that. Just
but he's right. Like it's really just getting up.
No, I know.
Because whatever you have, you might think, oh, I don't know, but people might be like on the floor.
Yeah.
Or you learn.
Like I just like try to learn from every experience and call it a day. Yeah. Like, you know, get better between like,
yeah,
you know, because there's always like, I have a thing I say to myself that like, if you're, as long as I'm learning something, I'm always winning. It's never lost. There's a lesson in every loss.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's how I come back and I win anyway. You just win anyway.
My worst experience has been like when I got back on stage after the summer inside, I just couldn't connect with the audience anymore. And I just felt like so embarrassed. Is that it? That's yours. Oh, mine's under it.
Maybe I might be. I'm currently like deciding whether or not to have a son.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
What's the address?
1270 East 51st.
So you're hosting a show tonight?
Yeah, I'm about to go to Tiny Cupboard in a minute at 10:30.
So that's not good. Where is it?
Right up the block on 1717 Broadway.
How much is it?
You can come with me.
Yeah, but like stuff.
Nigga, I don't buy tickets.
They didn't know you were show.
Save 10% on this problem. Plus $0 delivery fee on Uber Eats or whatever. It's covered. Has you covered.
So I go back and do it. So like in the future, the podcast will only stream to. You want to take O'Henny off?
Yes.
Okay, and leave multiple. I'll go back and do that later. So yeah, I do all the art things. I'm opening up a space over on the border of Best Buy. I used to do smaller things. You know, more like a residency type basis. Because I really want to turn my house into.
All right, your driver's 1 minute away.
Yeah. Good luck with that as well. Are you an artist as well?
Not like everybody else, but yeah, kind of.
What does that even mean?
You say.
You want to go to the comedy show? Or you want to go rap?
I don't do neither. Usually,
I wasn't really talking to stuff.
yeah.
Sometimes I gotta talk to myself outside myself. Decision. Well, he's not going until 7:30, and I don't think he's going to the city. So I should go live now. I can go to his. And we can like circle back.
I might have a solution.
What's that solution?
Or like in between.
What's that in between?
Becomes like
My homegirl got a show
upstairs.
Bushwick at a rooftop. She invited me last time, but I didn't find no practice. Earlier today, she was on again, or she went there again. So it's late. Which might be able to get for a name. To either or.
I don't know. The rapper is this is one of the primal part of her. I need to go grab my face off for a second. I'm angry. It's not like I could go back right now. When my friend died. So you know. It's not just for a lot of people. I kind of want to see it. But also kind of care for that.
Yeah. All right. Let me see this shit here. This song.
So we're even doing the show, bro.
This is the 4th episode.
What's up, man? Any more to go?
Yeah.
You say your show not till 10:30?
Yeah.
That's what it starts?
Yeah.
Did you?
You could. I'm the host.
I mean, did you want to stream it? I can set one up, but I'm not going to do it if you don't want it.
Yeah, see.
It's on a rooftop. Are they going to be okay with that?
Who's there? Streamer? I can ask them.
Yeah. I think my son's going to have to come live with me now.
Okay, that's cool.
I think I'm ready for that. You go out every single day.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is. And keeps me focused.